Tony Romo. The former Dallas Cowboys quarterback has a name that provokes a variety of responses depending on who you ask. Nowadays, he is synonymous with the broadcasting booth, as his work with the NFL on CBS has taken football fans by storm. His unique ability to call the game in an engaging, personable, and passionate way, combined with his immense knowledge of the game, consistently creates a unique experience for the viewers. It has quickly made him one of the most universally beloved broadcasters in all of sports. However, with all of the success he's had in the booth, an adjacent conversation about Romo has been sparked up. How good was Romo on the gridiron? Because his reputation as a player, well, that was a little bit different. If you look at his career as a whole, it is a confusing question. Romo started off in the NFL as an inspirational underdog story. After completing his collegiate career at the University of Eastern Illinois, Romo didn't even initially receive an invitation letter to attend the 03 Combine. They only brought him in when they needed an extra quarterback to throw passes during drills. So, unsurprisingly, he went undrafted, and was only scooped up by Dallas because Dallas offensive coordinator at the time, Sean Payton, had also been a quarterback at Eastern Illinois, and he took a liking to Romo. That underdog lore didn't last long for Romo, especially not after he parlayed some early success, replacing Drew Bledsoe during the 2006 season into a starting role. But that's what happens when you play your entire career for the Dallas Cowboys. You immediately end up under the spotlight. Just like everything else that happens in Jerry Jones' orbit, Romo was analyzed under a microscope. But don't get it twisted. Romo was no slouch. During his run as QB1 in Dallas, he established himself as one of the most successful players in the illustrious history of the Cowboys franchise. After all, the guy holds several Cowboys team records, including passing touchdowns with 248, passing yards at 34,183, most games with at least 300 passing yards, and games with 3 or more touchdown passes, having notched 40, doubling the previous mark of 20 set by Danny White. He also held a higher passer rating in the fourth quarter than any other NFL quarterback from 2006 to 2013. And subsequently, he set the NFL record for career QB rating in the fourth quarter of games. All of that sounds pretty good, right? Tack on 4 trips to the Pro Bowl, an All-Pro selection, and an impressive assortment of other statistical achievements like notching 2 5-touchdown games, becoming the first Cowboys quarterback to ever average over 300 passing yards in a season, and leading 28 fourth-quarter game-winning drives, and it really paints a pretty picture of what Romo was like as an NFL quarterback. But the numbers don't tell the full Tony Romo story. There's a reason that the narrative surrounding Romo's playing career is not necessarily one that will end in Canton. And a big part of that is, despite having all those fourth quarter comebacks on his resume, Romo was best known for his inability to get the job done when the Cowboys needed him most. Fair or not, the fact of the matter is that Romo only led the Cowboys to the postseason 4 times in 12 seasons since becoming the full starter in 2005. Romo did lose most of his 2015 season to injury after leading the Cowboys to a 3-1 start, and he was famously usurped by Dak Prescott in 2016 following another injury. But even so, that is not the kind of rate you want to see your franchise quarterback leading your team to the postseason with. And when they did make the playoffs, Romo never seemed to be able to put together any sort of consistent performance. Although he quieted some of the haters by leading the Cowboys to their first ever 10-point second-half postseason comeback in 2014, his numbers were just never there in the playoffs. He finished his career with a 2-4 record and completed just 61.6% of his passes and had just as many postseason turnovers as touchdowns. Worst of all, he never even made it to an NFC Championship game, and thus was never able to erase the memories from the botched snap on the point after against Seattle in 2006. The reality is, Romo was about as good of an NFL quarterback as you could ask for, without crossing over into being great. But hey, what's your favorite Tony Romo memory? Join us in that comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton, and we do appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.